I'm here to tell y'all a little bit more about showing steers. Do any of y'all really know much about it? One, two, a little bit? Okay. Here is actually a picture of the Grand Champion from Fort Worth in 2012. Can any of y'all guess how much this steer sold for?
65,000.
Nope.
30,000.
Nope.
Like 100,000.
Nope. Even more. $230,000 is what that steer sold for. And that is like kind of inside of a little bit of why people do this. It's really cool. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know a little bit more about it. I've been around cattle my whole life. I've shown steers since probably freshman year, and then I did goats and heifers before that. And so I'm going to give you a little bit more about how you raise a steer, a little bit about show day, and then what happens after you show them, because a lot of people don't really understand. Getting to your steer, first you go out and you select it. We usually get ours in about March, April, or May, that time. And then once you get it home, you have to kind of get it to like you, because if you try to pet it at first, it's going to kick the crap out of you. And so you don't really want it to do that. We usually brush on ours, and then like we'll run water over it, and it kind of like, it feels good to them because they have all this hair, and it's summertime, so they like it. Who doesn't like to be clean? And then also you feed them every day in the morning and then at night. Like our rule was you can't eat until your steers eat, so it was kind of an intense thing in our house. And then once you get them calm enough, you eventually get them on a halter and you can lead them around, because at the show you have to walk around the ring and you have to get them to like do whatever you want them to be able to do. Next is show day. After you've trained them and everything, you go onto the show. Shows are kind of stressful. You have move-in day, and you have to get all of your feed and equipment and everything inside, and then you have to make your beds for your steers. After you move in and stuff, then you have your weigh-in, and weigh-in determines when you show. Like, it's broken down by breed, and then it's broken down by weight. So depending on that, depends on where you go. And you actually bring in your own weight card, so you don't want to like, it's stressful because you don't want to say your steer weighs 1,500, or not 15, but like 1,200 pounds, and it really only weighs 1,300, because if you like win, they go back and they weigh it to make sure you didn't like cheat the system. That way your steer's like the biggest one in a class. So it's really stressful on how you do that. I almost weighed out one time and I was crying because I thought I wasn't going to get to sell my steer, because they take your ribbon and everything from you. And then on show day, you go in by your class and your weight and stuff, and you line up. And like I know at Fort Worth, for example, the top 10 make sell, but top 10 isn't a lot, because in my classes, they're usually averaged about 80 steers in a class. So a lot of them don't even get, like, you just get a look at and you walk by. So it's really competitive and whatnot. After you show, if it's a terminal show, you can leave your steer there, or you can take it home. It just depends on what you want to do. If you make sell, you actually take it to the auction, and that's where people bid on it, and that's how you sell your steer for $230,000. I was never fortunate enough to make sale there, but we did leave some there, and what happens when you leave it is you pretty much get what the market value is at the time. For me, they pay you per pound for your steer, because they all go to the feedlot after you get done showing them, and it's kind of a sad process. A lot of people cry and whatnot, but it's what happens. Would you rather know that the food you were eating was like in a feedlot its whole life, but these are like high class steers. They get fed and watered and washed almost every day. Like, they have a great life. And then you get your check. You get your check in the mail, and you don't really feel bad anymore, because you get a couple $1,000s for this steer. So in conclusion, showing actually teaches you a lot of stuff. I hope you'll understand more about like the responsibility that goes into raising the steer. All the memories I've had, I can tell you a ton. For once, we were at Fort Worth one year and it snowed, and I actually like cuddled with my steer and like slept on him. They're huge puppy dogs. And then also, that way you know a little bit more about what happens after, because it's not cruel. We're not horrible to them, I promise, but it just kind of happens. You have to have food some way, but I hope you understand a little bit more and have a little bit more of an insight in that and know what exactly goes on. Thank you.